Saints took one huge step into next week's semifinals with what was eventually an emphatic 304 win over Salford. Now only a Hull win at Castleford combined with 90-plus points Wigan's success at Wakefield can deny Justin Holbrook's men a knockout place now. But they were given more than a few anxious moments, particularly in the stormy first half, before settling the game down in the second half. Saints made their numerical advantage tell, with the Red Devils down to 12 men after Ryan Lannon was red-carded for a high, late challenge on Theo Fages on 37 minutes. The score was 104 to Saints before that, and Salford did not completely fold in the second half. But it ceased being an end-to-end affair, and Saints controlled the final quarter better to accrue a comfortable cushion. Saints had again been forced into changes, with Johnny Lomax out with a leg injury, meaning a recall into the halves for Fages and a spot on the bench for Matty Smith. Although Salford were playing purely for pride, on their last game of the season, they started brightly and almost immediately opened Saints up on the left, and it took a Tommy Mackinson track back on Manu Vachive to stop a score. With Rob Louis bossing the game from the half, Salford piled on the pressure, and after a Ben Barba spilled high ball they moved it swiftly from the scrum. Niall Evalds chimed in from fullback to open the scoring. Saints pressed, but despite their good field position they just lacked the composure to make it count. Mark Percival finally leveled it when he collected Barba's fine pass to slide over in the corner. Saints won a series of penalties, but despite knocking on the door they couldn't make it open. And there were a few hearts and mouths when Salford countered and crossed, only for it to be chalked off by the video ref for the knock-on and back play by Vachive. Another penalty saw Salford put on a team warning before Alex Walmsley took a grip of the game by taking Route 1 to the line, with Percival's goal making it 104. Walmsley's next charge and fend floored Wolves tackler Jordan Wallen, who was let off for a concussion assessment. The crowd bayed for red, following on from the Liam Watts precedent against Wigan, but the matter was placed on report. Tempers were still frayed moments later when Lannon had a rush of blood in a silly reckless tackle. Percival's penalty made it 124, and that was not the end of the rough stuff, with Junior Sau giving Barba some treatment with another melee ensuing as the hooter sounded. The jitters continued at the start of the second half, and both sides spilled ball, including a rarity from James Roby. Defensively, Saints still had to be on their mettle to right a few awkward moments, and at the other end they pressed, but still fell short on that last play. Smith came on and provided a steady hand as Saints sought to make sure of the spoils. Regan Grace flew in at the corner, but had just put a foot in touch as he grounded. After spurning a kickable penalty, Smith and Fages combined to send Zeb Taya over to rouse the large traveling contingent with 15 minutes to play. Smith kicked deep, following a surge from Walmsley to force a dropout and then a penalty. Again they tapped it, with a perfect pass from Smith sending Walmsley galloping over. The traveling fans erupted into cries of "Are you watching, Pieters?" They will have been, no doubt, punching numbers into calculators. Walmsley capped a personal rollercoaster of a game by clashing heads making a tackle, and he was forced off looking a touch wobbly. But there was nothing shaky about Saints' finish, with Barba floating into devastating effect with Percival's goal bringing up the 30. Salford Evalds, Bibby, Willem, Sau, Vachive, Louis, O'Brien, Murray, Tompkins, Horaki, Murdoch, Masila, Jones, McCarthy. Subs: Kopchak, Lannon, Wallen, Brinning. Saints: Barba, Mackinson, Morgan, Percival, Grace, Fages, Richardson, Douglas, Roby, Thompson, Taya, Knowles, Wilkin. Subs: Smith, Walmsley, McCarthy, Skersbrook, Peru.